official letter of intent today as well.
Let's make sure you see as it goes.
Double check the phone.
Good afternoon. It's been a long journey of my life. I remember being 4 years old and my brother used to have decals in his little album, and I used to go there when he wasn't home in the Marines, and I used to take him and put him on my Raider helmet. And he used to come home and get mad at me. You know, what are you doing? You know, it's my things and stuff. You know, and that's pretty much how it started. You know, from then on, you know, I loved football, and you know, I used to watch my brother play, and both my brothers play actually in South Monte, and it used to fire me up, and I couldn't wait, you know, to play football. You know, as I grew older. Eventually, I played Pop Warner. Started off as a lineman. You know, fat little boy, taller than others, so you know they would put me at center. You know, so all my life I was playing center, guard, whatnot. You know, and then my 7th grade year, that's when I really excelled. You know, and I started to see that I did have a future in football, and you know, and I can go somewhere, like, you know, and then, you know, that went on. You know, the 8th grade year, same thing. I felt confident. I became running back. You know, started producing more. You know, I still made a lot of work. I wasn't fast enough, but I still did my thing on the field. When I came to high school, came up to my it was always a dream to me to come here. You know, follow my brother's footsteps. You know, Eddie and Emilio. It was always great watching them play. So I felt like I need to be out there and bleed on the same field that they did. No, I didn't accomplish with what Eddie did. He got the Mission Valley Championship. Of course, I didn't get that, but got farther than he did in the playoffs, so that felt good. You know, but you know, just with that, I mean, I had great success here, but it wasn't on my own. I did have the people around me to help me out. You know, Coach Rice helped me out a lot. You know, strength and conditioning, how to break down film. You know, he's yelling at me when I did something wrong, and you know, at first I didn't understand. I didn't understand why he was getting mad at me. But as I got older, I realized that he wasn't getting mad at me. He was just teaching me the way how it was gonna be now. You know, when I get to the big levels that, you know, Division I. Coach Williams that's here now, and his brother coached me for a while, my junior year. Great guys, you know, great guys that have good attitudes. They bring out energy. You know, they're not the guys that are going to be out there screaming at you, but they're the guys that are going to be there, you know, tell you what you're doing wrong straight out. You know, what you need to change, what you need to do. You know, and that's, you know, that was as well very effective as I was here, and I want to thank you guys for that as well. Coach Eric Scamilla, I know he's just a little boy. He said I was a water boy here. You know, I remember coming here and trying to sucker all the South Monte gear as I can when I was young. You know, was it from stealing from my brother when he was a coach here, or was it from one of the players? Tried to do my best to get some South Monte gear, and you know, and kind of had a little grudge because we upgraded to Nike after we left. But it's alright, you know, whatever. As far as you know, I went on and played. Well, one of the setbacks, I remember Coach Scamilla here telling my brother, I had some great troubles here as well at South Monte when I was growing up. Coach Scamilla told my brother, Joe, you can play Division I. You know, I don't know what you need to do, but you need to get your head out of your butt and, you know, start doing good in high school and get your grades up. I never really believed that. You know, I really just took that for granted. You know, I could probably be playing Division I out of high school, but I decided to take another route, which is tougher, but I did it. So that always took to my head that, you know, they told me I could do it, you know, and thank God that I really decided to motivate myself in college and get my AA done and put a lot of work into it. I want to say thank you to my wife, of course, for you know, being supportive. You know, it's football is long hours. It's like a full-time job. Plus, I had school. There's times that I've barely seen her, maybe three hours a day, if that. You know, she'd come home, I eat, take a shower, probably watch Desperate Housewives or something, and knock out. But I mean, she's been there, and you know, she's really helped me a lot. When I said, you know what, there was a point in college where there was some stuff going on that I probably wasn't gonna play no more. She said, you know what, you're D1. you're gonna do it. You know, just keep working hard. You're D1. And she kept telling me that, you know, and other people around me keep telling me that, and I keep pursuing my dreams, you know, to play the Division I level. Of course, my family, my mom and dad have always been there. You know, they probably don't know much about football, but you know, when I told them that I was gonna play, they were there. You know, my mom used to bite her nails. You know, I used to get mad at her, you know, because you know she just because they used to hit me. She thought that I was getting hurt, but I told her, you know what? It's not true. I'm hitting them, so it's different. But she never understood the concept of football. Oh, and I'll be there March 28th. Spring ball starts March 30th, and I'll be competing as an outside linebacker. They're senior graduated, so I have a good chance to be competing for a starting spot.
We're with Joe Morales, who just signed with Ohio University, and Joe, just long journey. Said you always want to play D1, you got there. Right. How does it feel?
You know, all my life, you know, I always dreamed of this day, and I finally got here. So, you know, task A was to get a Division I scholarship. Task B was to get there. So I finally did it. So it feels good.
In your conference, you complimented your wife at one moment where you said that when days were getting long, you were tired, and all those things, that she told you, told you, you're D1 material. But how much did that mean to you? How much does that play into you being here right here?
A lot, actually, because that was the whole point where I was like, that's it, you know. I was going to do stuff in school, and you know, things kind of weren't working out at one point. But you know, she actually told me, D1, you know, I'm behind you, I'm here, and you know, that kind of it's a big accomplishment that I've done thanks to her. So.
Now you're going to Ohio. You're going to play for Frank Zolich, who has had a lot of success at the college level. You're going to competing for a starting outside linebacker position right away. What do they run on defense? They run a 43, 34.
They run a pro style. Ben Kiffin was, of course, you know, and his dad. There's real good connection. You know, Monte Kiffin, his dad, and Ben Kiffin, and all that. They're I guess you could say connections. They're really good connection with the Ohio staff, and that's their mentors, kind of. So we run the 4-3 Monte Kiffin came up with in the pro, like in the pro style. You know, so when that was big, 4 linemen after their linebackers. So it's pretty much what I ran a 4 a little bit, you know, a lot of bits and stuff. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
So when you take the field in the horseshoe against Ohio State next year, and you got the eye black on, are you gonna have SCN letters underneath there?
You know, I'm not a big fan of the eye black. I mean, of the stickers. What I do, I like to put the eye black, the actual eye black, and put some nice stuff.
Okay. Hey, we're gonna wrap it up. Joe, thanks for being this. Best of luck.
Appreciate it.